Hey everyone, welcome to another weekly vlog. I'm a little late this week, but it really couldn't be helped. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have a couple topics to discuss. The first one is, why aren't there more female-centric superhero movies? And really, this is my opinion on it. You may disagree, but I think that this is with video games too. I think that there are some, movie studios and video game developers that feel that males can only relate to males and females can only relate to other females as far as characters go. And that is bullshit, in my opinion. And take the Tomb Raider reboot game, which is a fantastic game. I highly recommend it if you haven't played it. You get a female protagonist in there. She goes through hell. She's a strong female protagonist. She goes through hell in that game. And you can definitely relate to her. I think that... I definitely think that is bullshit. Because, we are all human. We go through a lot of the same crap in life. There are some differences, but, the things that we can't relate to each other on, we can learn from each other on. And I think that's definitely something to think about. I also think it has to do with just basic business practices. Like, it's a risk to make like a Black Widow movie, because if it doesn't have Captain America in it, if it doesn't have the Hulk, they're worried that the Avengers audience or the Iron Man and Thor audience won't go to see the movie. And it's all about return of investment. If they're not going to put a bunch of money into it, if they're not going to make that money back. So yeah, I think that's the reason. Although I think now we will definitely start seeing more female-centric superhero movies. We are getting Wonder Woman and the Captain Marvel movie. So those are definitely something to look forward to. We're also getting the Supergirl TV series, which I was a little down on in my trailer reaction for it, but I'm cautiously optimistic about it. It's got good people behind it, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely do a review of it on my channel here. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about for that. I'm kind of doing this off the top of my head, so sorry. The next thing I want to talk about is the X-Files. I've been going back on Netflix and watching some older episodes of the X-Files. This is a show that I watched growing up, and it was always great for me because, it came on Sunday nights. And, I would, at 9, like right before I went to bed, so, I would watch that and then go to bed and have to go to school the next day. So it was kind of like the last bit of my weekend. And I love that show. It was just really interesting with the... I was... Growing up, I was had a big interest in aliens and, in science fiction. Of course, I still do. Not to the extent that I did. Because as a kid, I really believed in, alien abductions and all that stuff. Not so sure about it anymore. But the X-Files is actually coming back for a 6-episode limited series, which is interesting. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson are coming back for the roles. We're also going to have Skinner back, A.D. Skinner, on there. So it sounds interesting. Also, Joel McHale is going to be on there. I don't know what character he's going to play, whether he's going to be kind of a lone gunman-esque character or an FBI agent. Who knows? But I kind of wish this was more than 6 episodes, though. But hopefully the story will be good, because the last glimpse of the X-Files that we got was with the last movie, I Want to Believe. And it wasn't a terrible film, but it felt much more like an episode of the series than it did a movie. The first X-Files movie, Fight the Future, was awesome. It was big conspiracy thing. It was great. But, you know, the second movie just felt too small. And, I mean, it did have an interesting plot, but some of it was just kind of dull to me. But maybe this will renew interest in the series, and they may bring it back for another limited series, or they may do another movie. Who knows? Or this could be the last we see of Mulder and Scully. But still, great show. Speaking of great shows, last week a show that I love to death came back, and it is Hannibal. If you haven't seen Hannibal and you're a fan of great TV, of great dramas, you need to watch this show. Now, bear in mind, it is a show about a murderous cannibal, so it is quite gory. But man, it's really interesting, really psychological. Just a really good show with some great actors, great writing in it, a great look to it as well. I highly recommend checking out Hannibal. All right, guys. Well, that is it for for another weekly vlog. As always, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Till next time.